How do I tell everyone I'm live? Because what's the point in doing this? Share. If I do that now, what if I now? Okay. Okay, well, I have no idea if this is working. I'm watching my phone slide off the thing. Hi. Today I'm going to try and make homemade seitan. It's a vegan favourite. It's a glutenized product. Sounds good, doesn't it? But it's a good fake meat thing. It's a good substitute. I'm going to start with your standard packet of supermarket tofu. So standard, so boring. Let's see if we can transform it into something unrecognizable. Simply by stamping on it. Just giving it a bit of a squeeze. You can get tofu presses. I've got one. I just can't be bothered. Put it on some kitchen roll. See, I'm sorry you can't see the worktop. That's because it's so disgusting. Okay. Seitan's fun because obviously it's a meat substitute, but it doesn't mean that you have to make it have meaty flavors. You know, meat eaters spend a lot of time and effort trying to inject flavor into their meat. Whereas since we're making ours from scratch, we can put whatever we like in it. So I'm going to drop my block of tofu into this. Oh god, yes. Oh god. It's fine. I'm going to add some cumin, I think. Gives it that nice kind of savoury, woodlandy smell. I'm going to put a little bit of this. It's seasonal. It's nice, but it's really salty, and I have quite a hard time with seitan. It generally comes out too salty. And over here I've got some sun-dried tomato paste. It's just sun-dried tomatoes that I put in a blender with oil. I'm going to put quite a lot of that in, 2 or 3 spoonfuls. Do I mean that? 2, I think. Mainly because I need to use it up. I'm going to blend it. Listen to the suction on that. I I can get it in, and then I can't get it out. It's looking good. It's a fairly morbid sludge so far. Tastes nice. Oh my god. Okay, we're done. We're so done. Morning! Who's that? Whoops! Alright. Huge success. Let's get a bowl. And no, I haven't tidied the kitchen yet. Alright, I should have tidied the kitchen first. Good morning. Okay. For those of you who have just joined us, we're making seitan, the vegan fake meat. So far I've taken a block of, wow, good morning, a block of tofu, blended it with some sun-dried tomato paste, a little cumin, little generic all-purpose seasoning stuff, and I think we're ready to eat. No, there's quite a lot of process involved. So ultimately what we're going to do is we're gonna turn this into a dough. Once it's a dough, we're gonna knead it. Then we're gonna rest it. Then we're gonna boil it. We're going to boil the dough in a broth to add yet more flavour. And then we're going to roast it. I always enjoy it when people say, "Whew, a bit processed, mate." It's like, well, it hasn't got any antibiotics in it. Okay. Happy sludge. Bet your mouths are watering furiously looking at that. I'm going to just put some tofu in my hair. Okay. Let's properly mix that. And I got to say, I think it could take a little more sun-dried tomato. I'm going to finish the jar because we did a Brexit shop. It's been very handy for the lockdown. And there's a great Italian deli near us, and they sold these huge jars. I mean, huge jars of sun-dried tomatoes, like this big. Trouble is, that's quite a lot of portions for one small family, so we gave some away, but have ended up with quite a lot of sun-dried tomato. I'm doing that kind of anti-cell stuff. Alright, that looks nice. It's kind of a little looser. A little more oil. Ordinarily you'd actually add some olive oil or something. I'm not going to bother because the sun-dried tomatoes are so oily. And now it's time for this. Oh yeah, you're absolutely right. There's a brilliant Italian community in Bedford, and they know their stuff. This is Seitan Flour. It's really high protein flour, so a lot of the kind of starchiness has been taken out, and maybe a little more. It's what makes it kind of less bready when it's finished and more like this kind of sinuous, chewy, meaty, whoa, dirty, delicious, funky product, because you develop these strands of gluten when you need it. And God, I need it. Probably added too much there. It's fine. I don't know where the seitan comes from. The texture of seitan when it's cooked, it tastes. It's a great fake meat. It tastes like I mean, you can flavour it with whatever you like. You can get really good vegan fake chicken stock, and you can just put some stock in there and boil it in stock as well. But it kind of it tears, so you bake it like it's a loaf. You roast it, and it develops a crust, which is like this really thick kind of rind, and then like when you pull it apart, it's like overworked bread. Effectively, it kind of it resists in a way. It's got a kind of yeah, it's just got bite to it. It's a bit like what tofurkey. If you've eaten tofurkey, it's like tofurkey, I guess. They do it really well. I think that was where I got the. That was where I realised that I wanted to do a recipe. Sorry, James. I wanted to find a recipe that had tofu in it as well as wheat gluten. There's a lot of seitan recipes where you just use the flour and you add water and flavourings and stuff. But you know, it's interesting. Already it feels quite rubbery. This chicken tastes. It's just got amazing resistance to it. This flour. It's really and so what you kind of want is what you wouldn't want with a loaf of bread, where you don't want it to go rubbery. You want to have a nice sort of crumb. With this, you want to get rid of all of that. You want to work in these really long strands of gluten. I don't think I've blended my tofu enough. Oh well. What I also like is you really never know how it's going to turn out. This may be a catastrophe. You can see, I think, on my YouTube channel, there's some other highly courageous experiments in vegan food, most of which end in disaster. Okay, I need to properly knead this. Anyway, this is how it's looking. Sorry. You can see it's already got a kind of bounce to it. So now I'm going to knead it quite hard to try and develop long strands of gluten, although this lumpy tofu is not helping. I think it's going to be another highly successful YouTube vegan cookery outing. I never really understood kneading, really, or how it worked, because I never did it enough. I never saw that kind of moment that where it really does change texture and starts to behave differently. And then for the first time I did it. Oh, Alex, thanks. I do not make vegan cheese. I'm happy to say that, you know, the commercial world has caught up with vegan cheese making, and they now make it far better than I ever could have hoped to. This is not coming together right at all. Kim?
Yeah?
I think it's another YouTube disaster, babe.
What's happened?
Don't know, it's just not coming together the way it's supposed to. It's fine.
What has happened?
Oh, it's fine. It's just.
That looks alright, isn't it?
It's these lumps. I've got little lumps of tofu. I didn't blend it enough. But it's look,
No,
it's
that's
starting to go
alright.
stringy. Look,
That's
you
alright.
see the strands forming. We'll get there. I just need it some more.
It smells good.
Thank you. That's not this. The best vegan cheese. Oh, that's a great question. What kind of? Well, it depends what you want. For my money, the greatest vegan cheese ever made is by a company called Mouse's Favourite. And when I say a company, it's kind of one woman. I went and visited her once. I do a column for Vegan Life. And I interviewed her, and she's incredible. She's in North London in Britain, and she sort of followed this passion. She makes a fake camembert, and it took her months to source the bacteria that make normal camembert. So it's having exactly the same effect, and so you get this cheese made of cashews that's just, it's got a rind on it, and then she's put some kind of blue cheese strains in there to kind of strengthen the flavour, and it tastes amazing. If you want something like cheddar, if you miss like sharp cheddar, there's a company called Vegusto, Vegusto, and they make a thing called piquant, and that's got that really intense flavour that you might be missing, I think. It's really good. I would definitely try Vegusto if you're missing a nice kind of strong flavour. Mouse's Favourite do a blue cheese as well, which is incredible. If you're talking about a cheddar to use kind of every day, I don't know, I gotta say, like, some of the supermarkets have really done some great work. Sainsbury's do a really good basic cheese, and so do Tesco, really. But if you wanted cheese on a pizza, it's a bit Marmite. Some people like it, some people hate it. Daya is insanely expensive. You'll have to sell your car, but they make a cheese which tastes disgusting raw, like really disgusting. But if you cook with it, it melts, it snaps. Like if you put it on a pizza, it gives you that kind of fun stringy thing. Fries are amazing. I still think fries might do the best sausage roll. I know everyone loves Greg's vegan sausage rolls, but fries are just amazing. One thing I've been meaning to do, maybe I'll do a video, is a taste test of like all the vegan sausage rolls, because everybody does them. I think fries might win. Okay, this is starting to get properly tough. few really good squeezes. Yeah, fries and nuggets are fantastic. But this stuff, I have to say, what you can do with it once you've roasted it. I've done this for my kid. He loves fries and nuggets. You can cut it into nugget shapes, and you can breadcrumb it or whatever, and it works quite well. He likes it. I mean, that's basically what all of those products are, is stuff like this. Come on. Sort of conscious that this is the moment. If I'm going to get that texture, this is the only time I can do it. And it gets so annoying when they come out too bready. Like, they still taste good, but you just kind of feel like I'm eating some rather elaborate bread. What's your favourite vegan sausage roll then? Have you tried the Greggs? They are amazing. Just want to reassure you, there is dough here. I'm not doing some weird thing with a small animal. I've got no energy left after Joe Wicks. Okay, so even though you can see the lump of tofu in it, but when I pull it, do you see those strands? That's what you want, you know, like pulled pork, that kind of thing. So I can't really remember what I do. I think I rest it for a bit. Okay, good. Well, now oh, you're kidding, you can't get fried sausage rolls in South Africa? I know, that's terrible. Okay, I'm gonna make a broth. I'm gonna boil this in. And I'm just gonna make it up. How big does it need to be? All right. Let's have some water, obviously. I don't think this is big enough. Oh yeah? A good sausage roll. Ah, Okay, I'm going to start hotting up that water. And, I mean, it's all made up, isn't it? It's just mucking about. I'm going to put in some... Actually, I've got this stuff's really good. It's not... I don't know how good it is for you. In that, I think there's monosodium glutamate in it. So look, am I... Hey, no, there isn't. I'm sorry. I sincerely apologise. This is fine. This is great. It's got no monosodium glutamate in it. It's really good. It's vegan, and it's got a really nice kind of flavour that reminds you of when you were a less caring person. Oh yeah, it's got that almost kind of it's just the smell of school, you know what I mean? In a good way. God, I love this stuff. I wish I'd put some in the dough now. I'm going to put a couple of spoonfuls of that in. Maybe a little bit more. Maybe a little more. And maybe some herbs. Literally whatever I've got. I'll put in some thyme. Thyme. I miss Wimbledon so much. Oh my god. I don't know. It's fine. I'm gonna put in some oregano. And Plum salt and sweat. That's what we're going for. I mean, dream big. With luck, this will taste like my own feet. Put in some marjoram, even though I don't really know what it smells of. Just a little. And possibly some of this, which is the best powdered garlic I've ever seen in my life. It's really good. Like, it's garlic powder, whatever, but honestly, it's amazing. Give that a stir. Now, don't freak out. In a lot of recipes, oh hi there. In a lot of recipes, I'm making seitan, fake meat. I've made the dough. In a lot of recipes, you'd wrap it in cling film and boil it in cling film or in foil. I'm not crazy about that. I don't think foil seems like a bad idea, and cling film doesn't seem like a very good idea anyway. And plus, how do you get the flavour into your? So I use a muslin, and actually it worked really well last time. Probably be catastrophic this time. Here's my dough. It feels okay. It's quite sort of springy. But what I don't want to do is what its instinct is to do, which is as you heat it to expand, you know, the moisture, the steam, like bread would. What I want is for it to cook very densely. I don't want it to expand, so that's why I'm going to wrap it. in the hope that by doing so I can stop it from expanding too much. It's stuck to the muslin. It's fine. I know a little bit. No, I wouldn't want to boil it in cling film. It seems like a bad idea to me. So I'm going to wrap this really tightly. Let me see if I can. See that? Does that make sense to you as an image? I'm going to make like a sausage. And then ideally I'd like to tie the ends together, but I don't know if I'm going to have any luck. Nope. Okay. That. Oh yeah. That's tight. Now, this stock is more or less boiled. It's like doing the worst tie-dye ever. I'm gonna stick it in. Get in there. Ow. Put the lid on. Can't get the lid on. It's fine. I can put on. Okay. You boil it for 4 years, so I'll do an update. I would say probably spring 2020. You boil it for. I don't remember. I make it up. Half an hour? 40 minutes? Something like that? I don't know. But I'll do an update later today. So what I'll do is, yeah, I'll show you what it looks like when I unwrap it. And then I'll yeah, COVID will be long gone. We'll all be eating rat. And then we'll roast it, and then we can eat it. I can eat it. You can't eat it. I'm sorry about that. But hey, thanks for being here. It was I had fun. Hope you did. How nice to see you. By the way, you might want to check out. I don't know if you're followers of it, but I do a daily podcast called Not Today. Thank you. If you do Twitter, it's @NotTodayPod, or if you do Facebook, it's facebook.com/NotTodayPod. Bit distracted by a huge glumping pigeon that's about to kick over the bird bath. Oh, you are such an idiot. Yeah, try the podcast. You might like it. I know some of you do. But yeah, if not, that'd be great. It'd be great to see you. I will be back somewhere on YouTube later on today. Thanks for being here. I don't know how to stop this. Great. Bye.